Councillor Smith.
Thank you, Your Worship. A few points that are influencing me in any decision I make. I'm not on the Abbotsford Mission Water Sewer Board. I don't have the advantage of Councillor Ross or Gibson or Your Worship, but I am persuaded that we need a new source of water. I'm persuaded that if we are to continue growing, and there's a lot of pressure on us all the time in the growth area, we need a backup source of water. We'll need it within the next 5 to 10 years, depending what demographic principles you apply to our growth rate. We need an added source also because of redundancy. We need backup sources in case the primary source it goes out or is impaired in any way. Stave Lake, I'm also persuaded that consultants have looked at many alternatives, Harrison Lake, Chilliwack Lake, the Fraser River, and others, and that Stave Lake is the least costly way to go. It's the smartest way to go. We have to have government support. We have to have senior government support. We can't do this alone. I kind of resent the tactics of the federal government through Partnership Canada. Whereby they have basically said our support is conditional upon you doing it our way. It's my money that they're using in that scenario. If we had a choice, I would like to see, and by the way, I think the provincial government should kick in some money, and I know you're working on that, and will continue. But I would like to see the project done actually on the basis that Mr. Redland mentioned, which is design build, where the private sector design and build it on a very competitive basis, and we operate it and we finance it, because while I'm not, I don't know where Mr. Redland gets the figure of 2% improvement in borrowing costs. I don't think it's that far out, but it's probably 1%, and 1% on the amount of money we'll need. And one way and another, it's going to be debt. One way and another, this is going to be financed and paid off by the taxpayers of Abbotsford. So it's probably $260 to $300 million. 1% over 25 years is a lot of money. And so I believe that would be the best of all worlds. However, being realistic, I recognize that I don't have the money in my hands. The federal government are calling the shots on this one. They're the ones that stipulate the way the rules will be followed. We don't have a lot of choices in this. So I will support sending this forward to Partnership Canada, and I take comfort in the fact, and it's been mentioned by my colleagues, that in the final analysis, the people will have the say. I am not worried, I'm not frightened that the private sector will poison us, by the way, or sell our water to Americans. I just don't buy any of those arguments. But I do believe we could do this more cost effectively, running it ourselves and borrowing the money ourselves, providing we get a good deal on the design build. So I will move forward. I also take comfort in the fact that this is not an irrevocable decision, that the decision we make today is just one more step. In the final analysis, the final decision will be the public anyway, but this council could have bought this program if additional information comes forward that shows a better way, a better path. We can change direction. But it's going to be such a long route to go. We got to get started on this because we're going to run out of water if we don't move on this. We're 5 years away from completion if we started right now. Thank you. I do believe we could do this more cost effectively, running it ourselves and borrowing the money ourselves, providing we get a good deal on the design build.